Hello neighbors, welcome back to the Noya Mountain Music channel. Glad to be back with you here again. Today we're going to be working on switching and swapping with a Monroe device. Okay, so we have taught the devices on here such as the Slidey Lick, the Bouncy Lick, and Staggered Arpeggios, but we haven't focused a whole lot on how to implement them into classic jam session materials. It can be a little bit tricky, okay? So we're gonna use the standard Your Love is Like a Flower in the key of G and in A to understand how you can use the modules as a 4-beat bar to switch and swap with a melody. We're gonna do it two different ways. The first way is we're gonna start out with a melody and we're going to play the device. In this case, it's going to be the Slidey Lick over the 4 chord. It's going to be the C chord because we're in the key of G. And we're going to come back to the melody for the G chord, play the melody over the D chord, play the melody over the G chord, do the device again over the C chord, and then we're going to play the melody split bar end. Okay, that may sound a little confusing, so I'll go ahead and play it for you here so you can hear it. All right, and here we go, just like this. 1, 2, 3. So with this practice, you got to really hone in on the space of the melody that you are using the device to play over. Okay, so the chorus. Oh, they tell me your love's like a flower in the springtime, blossom so fair. In the fall wind it withers away, dear, and they tell me that's the way of your love. So we're going to be playing our device over the C chord, where it goes, and tell me your love is like a flower in the... So that little piece of the melody over the C chord is where this device is going to go. That's the Slidey Lick. If you haven't learned that, you can check out the How to Do It video right here. We're not going to teach it here. We're just going to assume you know it. So if you want, you can go look at that video and come back to this one. Okay? So we're getting out of the melody where it says flower, flower. Oh, they tell me your love is like a flower. That's where our device goes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and it's a full 4-beat device, 1 bar. And so the thing is that when you come out of the device, you're going to be hitting the downbeat of the melody instead of the pickup notes, because the lyrics go flower in the. So we're going to take out those pickup notes in the, and we're just going to come right back into the melody on springtime blossom so fair. Okay, so that is our plan, and we're going to do that same thing on the back half. All right, starting out with the melody, swapping with the device, back to the melody. Kaya Kitty's loving it downstairs. Maybe she probably wants to go outside. All right, so here we go, really slowly. But before we do, please like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that little bell there for the notifications, and you'll get all the good stuff from Noya Mountain Music. Thank you. And please consider becoming a patron on patreon.com/Noya Mountain Music. 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a device and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 2 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a device here. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 and a 2 E and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 E and a 3. All right, it's that simple to do it that way. Now, let's try leading with the device. So the Slidey Lick is going to go for the first 4 beats of the G chord, and then we're going to hop into the melody when it goes to the 4 chord, when it goes to the C chord. So in this case, tell me your love is like a flower. So after we do the device, oh, they tell me your love's like a flower. We're going to hop back into the melody on the C chord where it goes flower, and play the rest of the melody over the C chord, the G chord, and the D chord, and then come back to the device, the Slidey Lick, over the second, well, I guess it would be the 3rd G chord, at the halfway point. All right, it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3. And just one more little word. You can walk up chromatically. You could have your same pickup notes, oh, they, and then play the Slidey Lick. But it's also cooler, subjectively, sometimes to walk up chromatically to the beginning note of the slidey lick, which is the 5th fret of the A. So you go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. That's 2, 3, 4. And then your ring finger on the 5th fret of the A, starting the slidey lick. Let's try it like that. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, E and a 2, E and a 3, E and a 4, E and flower. Keep going with the melody. In the springtime, blossom so fair. Again, chromatic. And 4, and 1, E and a 2, E and a 3, E and a 4, E and flower. Whatever the words are. And they tell me that's the way of your love. All right, so this time, let's try leading with the melody. Come back to the device on the 4 chord, melody on the following 1 chord and 5 chord, and then let's halfway through use the device for the first G chord. All right, let's try that. So leading with the melody, melody, so leading with the melody, device, melody, melody, leading with the device, halfway through, melody, 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 melody. Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they tell me your love is like a device. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 and a 2 E and blossom so fair. Here's the device. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and way dear. And they tell me that's the way of your love. All right, this is switching and swapping. You can also do this same kind of business with your staggered arpeggio. Same thing. That was over the 1 chord. Let's do it over the 4 chord. Also use the old bouncy lick in there, definitely. So if we wanted to do melody, melody, melody bounce, it'd be like this. That was a little split bar slidey at the end there after we did the bounce on the first 5 chord. We might talk about the split bar slidey a little ways down the road. We're mostly just kind of focusing on trying to keep this simple so you can understand how to switch and swap with your good jam session material. Let's take the whole thing up to A, all right? So real quick, we're gonna lead with the melody and then do your device over the 4 chords, same thing as we did in the beginning in G, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and a 2 and 3, and here's your device. Coming back to your melody, 2nd fret of the D, melody, and maybe doing a chromatic walk up, play the device over the halfway, back into your melody, and then your melody turner. Alright, so it's just that simple, neighbors. Hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial on how to switch and swap. You can do this on all your favorite jam session material, Blue Ridge Cabin Home, you know, on and on. You can do it on Little Maggie. You can do it on anything sitting on top of the world. Just go through your list and go to the strum machine and see what you can combine in terms of melody and device work to see what suits your creative aesthetic. All right, so as always, if you like the video, smash that old like button. If you want more of these videos in your feed, subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications. And if you would really like to further support the channel, please think about becoming a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/NoyaMountainMusic. And thank you so much to all the folks who've been helping us make these videos. We look forward to continue and bring you a new video every week. All right, so until next time, adios.